So let us go through some codes. We'll directly see some codes. So today's topic exception handling. Okay. Simple example, a common example that is there when we learn the exception is suppose addition of two numbers. Okay. So addition equal to x plus y. So x and y and addition ADD. These are three variables x, comma y and add. Input variables are x and y. Output variable is add. So what is the algorithm? Algorithm is input x, y. Okay. Then what is the formula? Next formula, add equal to x plus y and output add. That's it. And before that we need to declare these variables. This is your comment section. So this is the algorithm. For every program there is algorithm. Fine. So input, so declare add comma x comma y. So this is very simple example that I am telling to you. So there are different possibilities that this program may not work. Okay. What are different possibilities that may work, that may not work? Here user may enter value of x as integer, y as integer, I get the output. So second option, user may enter value of x as integer, y as float, and add is float, add is integer. Third option, user may enter value of x as number, y as character, and run the code. So this is the input from command line prompt. What if the inputs are in the GUI? म्हणजे काय? Enter value of x, enter value of y, and you get the sum. So this is the GUI, this is the graphical user interface. Here value of x we are taking as input, here value of y I am taking as input. Okay, and here I get add. Clear? So here in this case what happen? If user enters a value of x and y as wrong value, what will happen? The program get crash, because ultimately we are not we are developing the software. So let us think in terms of software. So when we develop the software, what happen? When we develop the software, user entering value of x, some value is entering. Okay, suppose user is entering value of x as 12 or 22, y as hello. What will happen? The program get crash. Or when you create graphical user interface, do you remember when you fill up the Google form, the user registration form for Google Gmail account, you are expected to enter your date of birth, you are expected to enter your age. So if you enter the age in negative numbers, it may happen you may enter the age as negative. Or when you ask, okay, enter your date of birth is always must be past. Again, there are the rules that you must be above 18 years. You may enter date of birth as below, means a student who is below 18 years may open the account. So he'll enter the age as per his requirement. So whether software should accept? No. So in any case, when we develop the software, it's responsibility of the developer to handle the situation. So the software should not get crashed. Or what will happen if you do not take care? Then wrong input would be there in the database and your system get failed. For that we need to have exception handling concept. One more example. Suppose I declare suppose the array int array int suppose roll number of 60 students. There are 60 students in my class. So this is roll number. Rn roll number for 60 students, and here I may enter, and in that roll number I am saving the roll number of the students, or better I take name, not roll number, name array, name character array. There are 60 students, 60 row and 100 columns, means there are 60 students record are there, and I want to take the input of the student and I want to print it back. That's it. This is a simple program where I take the input for the student name for 60 students and I print it back. So it may happen that when I run the code, I may output name of 97 student. So what happened here? Will I get the 97 student? Absolutely, I will get, but I will get the garbage values. So this is the most important topic in the software development. This is the most important topic when you develop the application. When you write any application, henceforth you will write the exception handling code, so that that code should be robust in all cases. It should not get crash. You have to catch the exceptions and you have to inform the user. What will happen? If user enters hello, immediately you have to inform the user, okay, please enter the numeric data. Or when this situation will happen, what will happen? You should have to display the message, please enter the proper student number. So what will happen? Our system will not fail. Further, we need to use exceptions. Further, we are using try, catch, and finally clause. These are keywords. So let us go through the example now. This is the theoretical part. Now we are going to cover directly some examples. We will take help of some websites. Okay. So already I have opened some of the websites. Just we will directly cover the websites. It's from W3 schools. Okay. So this is the exception in Java. So what I have to do? Whatever code I have to write that code in the try block. Okay. So this is the code. So what I will do now? I will use the try block to save the code. That's it. काय करणार मी इथं जो काय मला कोड लिहायचा तो कुठं करणार मी I will write that code in the try block. Try. Okay. So I increase the font. Try. Okay. So this is your code. And whatever exception you have to catch, that you have to write in the catch block. Catch. Okay. Or catch. And finally. So try code. This is your code. Catch code and finally. So now I want to write the code for this simple example. So what I will do? I will first declare the variable. Declare add x comma y. Now input x comma y and add equal to x plus y. I will write this code in the try block. This try block. Now whatever exception that I feel, okay, that exception should be catch. That I am writing in the catch block. And afterwards, when the program get finished, whatever code I feel that must be executed, should be written in the final clause. Try, catch and final clause. Clear? And this is the optional. Final clause is the optional clause. So final clause is the optional clause. Okay, clear? Simple. So up to time we are only writing this code. Henceforth we will write the code in the try block. Exception will be catch in the catch block, and this is the optional clause. Clear? This is syntax. Okay, now let us go to some examples. Okay, so this is try block of the code to try, catch, and this is the object exception E. So whatever exception is here, that will be stored in this E object. This is the exception is the class name. Exception is the class name, and this is E is the object. Okay, and this is the general catch. म्हणजे काय, suppose here this is the clause for array index out of bound, so I can specify that particular object also, or I can specify the general error. Okay, see, if I know already the object that I felt, okay, that error must be there, but there are many objects are there which I can use in the catch block. If I know, okay, this error may happen 100%, like C equal to A by B, B may be 0, so definitely division by 0 exception is right, so I will catch it in the division by 0 exception. But if I don't know, then I use particular object. Clear? So let us go through some example now, one by one. Simple example. See the example here where we have declared this array of numbers. Int public class main, class name is the main, okay. Public static void main string arguments, and this int number, int my number equal to 1, 2, 3. We are declaring the array in Java. How do I declare in Java? Int, okay, square bracket, closing square bracket, and object name and list. Now if you see, there are only 3 numbers, 0, 1, 2. My number 0 is 1, my number 1 is 2, my number 2 is 3. But here I am printing my number 10. So what will I get? I will get the error because I have not initialized it. So how to do it? So when I run the code, you get this exception. Output, exception in thread main java dot lang dot array index out of bound exception. Okay, so what I can do? Use try block. In try block I have written the code as I have discussed, and if that is not executed, catch exception E and system.out.println something went wrong. So if any error is here, what will happen now? I will always get this message now. Something went wrong. That's it. I don't get the details. So when I run the code, I get the output. Something went wrong. Clear? And finally, as I told you, finally always execute the code. So finally lets you execute the code after try catch, regardless of the result. Means either you get the error or you get the output, you get always the final statement written in the finally clause statement. Okay. So here, if you see this system.out.println, the try catch is finished. So when I run the code, what will happen? Array index out of bound. Here I will not get the output. Something went wrong would be displayed, and here the catch is finished. That's it. So just if you want me to execute the code, let us execute the code. This is online edit. Already you know this W3 School is the most popular website where you can get help of all the languages. Okay. So just see here, something went wrong, try catch is executed. And suppose I write here, what will happen? What do I get? 1. System.out.println my number 0, I get the output as 1. Okay, so what is the output here? 1, and the try catch is finished. Okay. Let us go ahead till this code get executed. Throw statement always, the throw statement allows you to create a custom error. Okay. So a throw statement is used together with the exception type. There are many exception types. Some of the exceptions are arithmetic exceptions. File not found exception means what? Suppose I am writing the program to open the existing file, make some changes in the file and write it back. So I am opening a file which doesn't exist. So at that time, this file not found exception error is here. Arithmetic expression means if I get any error related to arithmetic expression, like I try to add addition of integer with character, I get the error. Okay. Array index out of bound, already we have seen. Security exceptions. During the code, some code may be there which try to attack your system. So we may catch that using this exception. So I hope this code is executed. Okay, because of poor internet connectivity. Okay, put it open. So throw is, let us go to the throw an exception if age below 18. The age जर 18 लहान असेल, access denied, I should get the message. Otherwise, execute it. Access granted. What is the code? User is entering the age. If age is below 18, I get the message. If age is below 18, access denied, I get the message. Otherwise, access granted. This is simple code. How can you use the code? Suppose you write one application, software development application, where you are entering the information of a user if and only if that user is above 18 age. So you will execute this code where here in access granted portion. So here you will write the code which will create the record in database. Otherwise, you will get the error. Clear? So public class main static void check age. So this is a simple procedures, function that have been defined which accept age as integer, pass parameter to this check age function, and if age less than 18, then throw new arithmetic exception, throw the exception, new arithmetic exception, the message access denied, you must be at least 18 years old, otherwise access granted, and you call this function inside the void main. Or directly you can write this code. This code you can directly write in place of this check age. Both are same. Clear? So what is the difference between previous code and this code? In previous code only we are displaying the message. In this code I am displaying the particular exceptions. Clear? Arithmetic expressions. So here you get the output. Exception in thread main, access denied. You must be at least. Whatever message we have shown in the code, it gets the output. You can see here. If age is 20, you will not get an exception. The age is 20 नसेल तर काय होईल? What message you get? Access granted. If age is greater than 18. Now 20 is here. 20 is greater than 18. You get the access. But age जर छोटा असेल तर you will get the message that access denied. Clear आहे? झाला का? रन झाला? Okay, so this is very simple examples are given, but this is a more better website I have seen, javapoint.com. So what are the possible ways you can catch the exceptions? All the codes are given. This is a really nice website. So already we have covered the basics: try block, catch block, and final block. Okay, and the same thing is explained with the help of one flow chart. Int data equal to 10 divided by 0. An object of exception class is thrown. Exception object. If that exception is found, then you get this error message. Otherwise, you get the output. Whatever code you design to execute, it get executed. Okay. So first example. Let us try to understand. If you don't use try catch block, what will happen? So if you don't use try catch block, now you can see here, this is an example of division of a two number, but here intentionally number is divided by 0. So what will happen now? Infinity. Okay. So no code is written with the help of try catch block, so you get the error. Exception thread main java.lang.arithmetic exception. Now it shows that you can catch the error with the help of which object? Arithmetic expression. Okay. So you can just go through it. See here. Try code, that code is written in the try block. Okay. Same code is there. That is written in the try block. And in the catch block, arithmetic exception E. Why arithmetic exception? If you observe the output, it is arithmetic exception. Okay. arithmetic expression E, and here system.out.println E. And finally, system.out.println rest of the code. So if you run the code, you get java.lang.arithmetic exception by 0 and rest of the code. Rest of the code here, I have written the statement. Okay, clear? Now in this, same way, another way to write the program, we also have kept the code in a try block that will not throw an exceptions. Same code in another way, commonly, we also kept the code in a try block that will not throw an exceptions. Let us go through the code. Now here, try system.out.print the rest of the code. That rest of the code was outside that curly braces, if you observe the previous output. And here, catch arithmetic expression is system.out.println E. Clear है? काय केलं आता? समजलं. We also kept code in a try block that will not throw the expression. What is the meaning of this statement? It doesn't matter whether it throw the exception or not. I can put some statement. Clear आहे? म्हणजे असं काही नाही किंवा प्रत्येक कोड जो ट्राय मध्ये असतो तो कंपल्सरी एक्सेप्ट असं काही नसतं. You can put simple code to check whether that code get executed or not for debugging level also. Clear? That's why here I got this statement, rest of the code. Okay, if you see the output here, int data 50 by 0, rest of the code, the moment it got the exception, this code is not executed. You see the output. Understood the difference? In previous case, exception was thrown and I got the output, rest of the code. Why? Because that statement is outside that try catch block. But in this case, the moment exception is caught, this code got executed and this statement got skipped. Clear? So in this way, now we handle exception using parent class exception. Parent class exceptions. So public class try catch example 4, public static void main string argument, try int data 50 divided by 0, handling the exception by using exception class catch exception E, system.out.println E. And in previous case, object was arithmetic exceptions. And this is the parent class. E, exception is the parent class. Clear? So here I get the output, same output. Java.log arithmetic expression by 0. Clear? That exception is found E and I got that output. In previous code, don't get confused, in previous code, okay, if you see here, we have mentioned this arithmetic exception and here I put here exception E. That's it. Clear? And this code is outside the catch block. That's why I got the output. Rest of the code. Next, let us see an example to print a custom message on exception. In the moment I got the exception, it will print the error as well as a custom message to understand proper debugging. To debug the code, I want to print some messages. So here if you observe this, the moment I got the exception, I have displayed can't divide by 0. Previously I was printing system.out.println E, but now I am printing custom message to understand more better way. Clear? I can have a series of statements also. So here you can see can't divide by 0. Clear? Can't divide by 0. Next, let us see example to resolve the exception in a catch block. इथे काय होतं रिझल्ट इन द ट्राय ब्लॉक आता कॅच मध्ये करू म्हणते आता कॅच मध्ये कॅच करायचं आपल्याला सो व्हॉट इज द कोड हियर जे इक्वल टू 50 int I equal to 50 int j equal to 0 int data equal to I divided by j 50 divided by 0 what happened catch exception E resolving the exception in the catch block if exception is there system.out.println I divided by j plus 2. Now what will happen? 50 divided by 0 will be replaced by 50 divided by 0 plus 2, 50 divided by 2, I get 25 as the output. So what I have done, I have caught the exception. The moment I caught the exception, I have tried to give alternative solution to my program. Clear? Yes or no? Here data equal to 50 divided by 0 got. So that's why now this exception is, this statement got executed, and whatever you write in that catch get executed. So here I am not printing the error, I am printing the solution, system.out.println I divided by j. There is no logic in this code, don't get confused. There is no logic. This is simple example which demonstrate that I can resolve the exception in the catch block by providing the alternative solution. That's it. There is no logic. You will say why j is added with 2, why not 3 or 4, or that may be the question. There is no logic. It's simply an example which demonstrate you can resolve the exception in the catch block. Next. Along with the try block, we also include exception code in the catch block. So int data 1 equal to 50.0, catch exception. The moment I got the exception, again I am checking the another exception. Data 1 equal to 50 divided by 0, data 2 equal to 50 divided by 0. So what does it show? I can catch the exception in the catch block also by writing the another code. Clear? Means what? I got this exception. The moment I got the exception, I want to check whether there is a second exception or not. Means there may be 2 or 3 conditions which get satisfied, then I have to execute some code. I have to catch some error. So here I am catching the first error, second error I am catching here, and rest of the code. That's it. Clear? Int rest of the code. So here you get the error, arithmetic exception by 0. Okay? Why? Because division by 0 is there. Next, in this example, we have generated exception, arithmetic exception with a different type of exception class, array index out of bound exception. Already we have covered this example. If you remember this example, int name 60/100. I want to access the name of 97th student. So I got the error. Okay. So how to resolve that? So if you see here, array int data equal to 50 divided by 0, array index out of bound exception, system.out.println e, rest of the code. Now here you get the error, arithmetic exception e. Try to handle arithmetic using array index out of bound expression. Okay, with a different type of exception class, array index out of bound. Okay, I get the same output here. Rest of the code, that is java.lang.arithmetic exception. And here in this code, let us see an example to handle another unchecked exception. Here there are 4 elements, 1, 3, 5, 7, and I want to print array 10th element I am printing. This is in the try block. So it will execute this catch block, system.out.println e, rest of the code. Now here you get array index out of bound. Clear? Yes or no? Next, let us see example to handle check exception. So this is the this is the part of your file handling, input output file handling. So java.io.print writer. Okay. Now here the object is created, print writer pw. Object is created, and here object pw equal to this pw. Object equal to new, as pw is a class of print writer class. It will create the file and it will save it. p.println saved. pw.println saved. Okay, so what happened here? This file is created and text is written. And if that file is not found, then I get the error. System.out.println E. Otherwise, file saved successfully. So this is a program which demonstrates the file handling concept. Before database, all the things were performing this file handling in C++. So we have to read the file, write the file, change the file, modify the file, delete the file. So at that time we have to check whether file exists, what are the permissions of the users, whether that record is present in the files. So all the exception related to the file are there. So here you get output file saved successfully. Okay, so here in this website almost we have covered all the exceptions. Any doubts?